I want to start with sort of the bigger picture, which is the ROI of education. So what does return on investment have to do with education? I know it's a financial term, and it's a business term, and it's a scary term. So what does finance have to do with education? What it has to do is you want to look at the bigger picture. It's a simple formula that you're going to look at taking your total cost of education into consideration and compare that to the potential of what you're going to come out and earn. Because the idea is after 4 years, you want to come out with a job in the market. You want to make sure that you have the skill sets so that you're going to find a job. And where we want to start with is the job market. A lot of students that were sitting here 5-6 years ago, like you, didn't know there was going to be a recession. And so what they're facing today, I want to share a little bit of that with you so you know where you're at. A lot of students are coming out today, the millennials, and they're unable to find work. Youth employment, they say, is around 14%. But I think, oh, I'm in the way, I'm sorry. They moved the screen, I apologize. There you go. So a lot of kids are coming out of school unable to work, not finding work. But I think the bigger problem is underemployment. I don't know if you've heard that term. Underemployment is people coming out of school not fully utilizing their skill sets in the market. And I think one of the bigger problems is kids are working in jobs today that don't even require post-secondary education. And to me, that's a big problem. The second thing you need to consider is student debt. Kids are coming out today with $27,000 to $30,000 in student debt, taking 10 to 15 years to pay off that debt. That could really impact your life choices on housing and cars and where you want to go. And the third thing I want you to consider is that a lot of the millennials and the youth that are coming out today are not making enough to make ends meet. So they're being forced to live at home with their parents, which has other implications for the parents. And the one big factor I want you to consider, which I have here, is I talked to a lot of students when I was putting my book together, and they're going back to school to do their master's and PhD, and I asked them why. Because to me, it's a distraction. They're not able to find work, so they're going back and they're taking on this huge amount of debt, and I say to myself, for what purpose? What is the return on investment? Are you going to come out with a better possibility to find a job in your field and to earn money from it? So here's the major fact I want you to consider. Today, Canada currently has the highest educated youth population with nearly 50% living below the poverty line. Now, to me as a parent and a youth advocate, this is unacceptable. My son, who's sitting here today, is going to be in school in 5 years, and I can tell you I will not accept that. It's unreasonable to ask you, the parents and the kids, to spend, you just heard what he said about University of Calgary, about $80,000, they're saying up to $100,000, to go to school for 4 years, to come out unable to find work. Why? Because you don't have the skill sets needed in the marketplace. I don't think that's acceptable. So what I did was I researched the market, I wrote this book, and it's for you, and it's for my son, because I'm here to talk about your success. I'm going to give you research, go into my research, I want to give you tips and tools and strategies to help you take all this information to make really good decisions for your post-secondary so that you do come out with the required skill sets to get a job and to be well paid for that job.